we see the coherent society. We see how they support each other, how they are digging in the rubble after the bombing with fearless courage and risking their own lives. We see how families are taking care of other families, opening their homes to ever have a home. So I think it's important to understand that, as you say, this is a chronic trauma going on, but it is also important to understand that this is part of the Israeli occupation forces' psychological warfare in order to break the backbone of the resistance in the Palestinian people, because that has never been broken despite 75 years of occupation. And in Gaza, anyone who is 18 or younger have not lived anything but siege, blockade, and repetitious military attacks on their lives and on their belongings, their family, their homes, their schools. Despite all these attacks and despite the deliberate attack on the livelihood of people, the Palestinians are resisting in all forms of possible resistance. So we see that mental health and politics cannot be separated in Gaza. And I think it's also important to understand that the Western concepts of trauma may not be applicable in Gaza, because it has to be more cultural sensitive, and we have to understand the long-lasting structural violence and racism that the Palestinian people, and in particular the young people, are enduring. Don't forget that more than half of the population in Gaza are children. And I'm a little bit provoked by the focus on mental support, because the most important factor for healing in Gaza is an end to the bombing. It is an opening and an end to the siege. And it is an end to the occupation of Palestine. That is the real preventive measures, also from a medical point of view. So all this talk about symptom treatment is derailing of the fundamental question, namely, how is it possible to allow colonial powers to exercise such systematic acts of sadism and oppression of other people without being stopped? I mean, we see it on our phones every day. We have the numbers, we have the research, all the reports on the mental health consequences. And we know that the core problem is not the psychological condition of the Palestinian people. It is the provocation and the systematic attack on the foundations of mental health, which is human security, it's food, it's water, it is a place to live, it's a place to go to school for the kids, and it is a future and dignity. All these elements are part of what is attacked by the Israeli occupation forces.